Yes. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Boy Your Things podcast. Once again, we're here at Catilla Perfect 10 Med Spa, right across from Sovereign. They're located in the Ligani Post Mall, shop number 19. Remember, I'm telling us that when they can get vagina rejuvenation and butt lift and breast lift and the things, them all natural, by the way, non-surgical. And they have a wide range of products and stuff, and facial, anshal, foot shal, atata shal. Don't know.
Butt lift and all these things.
Yes, one. Okay. So I'll be their ambassador coming this December. We're gonna have some nice discounts for you, but for November though, them have a lot of discounts and a lot of things going on. Yes, and remember guys to subscribe, please, and like, share, and do the things them. Remember, radio show every Tuesday night, 8 to 11 o'clock on Newstalk 93 FM. But I have a special guest here. I brought her on my radio show. If you never listened to it, it was a buzz, but I decided to have to bring her up on the podcast, where we can be very much uncensored and all these things. So welcome, Miss Amelia Milk Sewell. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so glad to see you again.
No, man. Thank you so much for coming.
I've been good. I'm always fresh milk, never curdle.
Never fresh milk, never curdle. I love that for you. As I said to you, and I've said publicly many times, you're a pioneer within the entertainment and media field. You were one of the first person a lot of us watch on our TVs weekly and stuff like that. Just kind of take us a little bit back into your journey. Like, how did that come about? How did radio and all these things really
yes,
yeah.
All right. Well, I think when I was born, I came out of my mother's womb and I was like this, ta-da! Yeah. So that's where I got my first entertainment feel, is when I was born. I knew I was going to be a star when I was 3 years old.
Really?
My house was a house that was filled with a lot of music. My mom and my uncle used to dance a lot. My mom is a lover of music. So like, as a baby, young baby, I remember just her playing music all the time, every time. And then now, my father was friends with the late Errol Thompson, who used to be on the radio.
Yes.
And Errol Thompson, I used to work on Errol Thompson's radio show. He used to have a children's radio show on Saturday on JBC Radio 1.
JBC, no, it's a long time that to the one.
And then after that, my voice became the first child's voice to be used as a radio drop. So it was I Love JBC and Errol Thompson. And then after that, I did Barry G the Boogeyman.
Barry G the Boogeyman.
So my voice is the first child's voice to be used in Jamaica as a radio drop.
Really? Wow. And then you transcended into adults and you
then
were all over the place.
Fast forward, I was the face of Colgate commercial, of Colgate toothpaste for a while.
That. If you never know that, go back and look on the facts. Yeah.
So yeah, man, I've been enjoying the entertainment arena for quite a while.
And then you had a hit list on CVM?
Definitely. Yeah. And first, I was one of the original people who started Zip 103 FM.
Really?
Yes. It's because of my name, Milk, why everybody else changed their name to something else.
Really?
Yes. Because I refused to change. I refused to be, I wanted to be Milk. I came there as Milk. And so then we got Wild Child out of it. We got Liquid. We got Ice. We got Johnny Cool. Yeah.
Everybody. So how did the name Milk come about though?
Okay. When my mom was pregnant, when she was 8 months pregnant, she developed milk in her breast. And the milk doesn't really develop in a woman's breast until after the baby is born, 3 days after. So the helpers just started to call the belly Milk, and I just kept that nickname for a long time.
All right. So then you had the moniker Milk and you became a household name. I remember watching Hit List on CVM, and I think that is when, come and tell people all the time, growing up, I literally wanted to be in media. And then, when you are grown, I said, sure, can't bother with that. But you were one of the first persons we saw and watched every single week. And Hit List was...
You like that show?
No, man, trust and believe. Because I'm a lover of music and I'm a lover of media and I'm a lover of all of that. So, as I said, pioneer, for me, you trailblazed for everybody else who is within this space now.
Thank you so much.
So how did that collaboration come about with you and CVM?
I had resigned from Zip 103 and then I was watching TV one Saturday and I was watching On Stage. I had just come back. Okay. So I came back to Jamaica from America in 2000.
Right.
Right. So I was watching On Stage now after working at, while I was working at Zip, I was watching On Stage. And I always said to myself, this show needs something. This show needs me.
Facts.
Winford needs to meet me.
Facts.
Him don't know me yet, but he's gonna know me. So you know what I did when I resigned from Zip? I walked up to CVM one day, and I stood outside of CVM gate and I waited on Winford to drive up in his car, and I had my resume, I had my modeling photo shoot pictures, I had some stuff that I had done with BET a long time ago when I was in college, and I had everything in an envelope waiting. And he drove up and I ran up to his car and I said, "Hi, Mr. Williams. My name is Milk. You don't know me, but I know you. And I think you need some milk in your life." And he found it very amusing. Yeah. And he was like, "Let her come inside, man. Let her come inside." And I followed him upstairs. Wow. And I got the job that day. Like, really? He created like an entertainment unit because in his mind, before he met me, he always wanted to include other people in the entertainment part of CVM. And then when he met me, he knew that this is the start of like the entertainment.
So I'm telling him about chasing dreams and put down pride on them something there, because enough people that say, "Sure, I'm not do this, I'm not try." You understand what I'm saying? So you took it up on yourself, and you took the onus on yourself and said, "Listen, I'm gonna go to Winford now, and Winford offer meet me." Then he gave it a job on the spot. Yeah. So then you worked as a correspondent on.
And then I worked as a producer. I produced The Party. Remember The Party? That used to be Gail. Gail used to host it. Candice used to host it too. I was a producer for that show. And I was a co-producer for On Stage.
Really?
And there was another show that I produced, I can't remember. At that time. But I fully went into the full entertainment thing. Winford trained me.
Wow, I love that.
And then I took over, covering Sumfest. And we did the first ATIs and stuff. And I started to develop my name on television, like covering the first.
But your resume is long like River Nile, man.
Yeah, it's long.
Your resume long, bud. So then you worked on all those shows, and how did CVM say, "I'm going to give you your own show, cause girl, things,
I don't remember how it came about. Winford just likes my personality, and we created this video countdown show, and for me specifically because that was just me. And I just fit into it.
When you started
And it was produced by Tyrone at the time, Tyrone Thompson, who used to do that movie review thing. Ty Thompson.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Ty was my producer.
So then you done all of that, and then you got your own show. Did you at any given moment think to yourself that, "Yo, I'm gonna have my own show"? Or when it happened, you were very surprised, like, "Yo, I have my own show,
No, but that's what I went there to do. I went there to take over.
And you did?
Yeah, and I did.
You did. So how long did Hit List last for? It lasted for how many years?
It lasted for many years, because I went through DJ Chill, 3 years with DJ Chill, and then it was DJ Neil. I think Hit List lasted for like 6 years.
Wow.
Or 7 years.
All right. So that is what you done professionally.
And I was in plays too. I was in a play called Against His Will, where I raped a man.
Wow. That sounds okay. Yeah.
It's a big drama. It was, I
wonder if it's on YouTube, I can't find it.
I wonder. I don't know.
I'm gonna look for it,
Yeah, Against His Will, written by David Heron.
Okay, so your resume is very impressive, and let me just say this. When I messaged you to be on the show, we were speaking and you were like, "You're sure people want to hear from me or whatever." And what did I say to you? I said to you, "Milk, let me tell you something. I don't know about anybody else, but me know about me. You're a legend in my eyes, professionally. Maybe because I'm in the field, or maybe because I grew up watching those shows, but you're a legend." You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So your resume is very impressive, and you've worked on a lot of shows.
And I produced a lot of shows.
Exactly. So what happened? Did the tape happen while you left Hit List?
Yeah, man. They forced me out.
All right.
They forced me out.
So I'll go backtrack now.
I wish I knew I wish I knew then what I know now, because I would have done something more. I would not have let them just write me a letter to say them lose confidence in me as a producer, which was a stupid reasoning.
Right.
for firing me. Because remember, me and Candice were in the same situation, you know. She and I held hands and we walked out of CVM the same day.
Her pictures.
Her thing, a picture of her, of course, it was, and her thing was revenge porn. Like her boyfriend was upset that she broke up with him and whatever, and he released it. But the thing about her thing is that she had on a station shirt.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Shirt. All right. So I remember that part. All right. So then let's backtrack now. So your CVM's faced. You have your show and you're producing a lot of things and you're doing some of these things within the space. You're in a relationship with, you know, someone who is very popular, very famous.
Yes.
You know, how long were you guys together?
We were together 5 years before the tape came about.
5 years.
Yes. I was his common law. Well, I could have been considered his common law.
His common law wife, basically. Yeah. All right. So then the tape happened. How the tape got released?
He lost his phone, you know. He actually lost his phone at a party. It was a Motorola Razor.
Yeah,
and remember when the Razor phone just come out with the camera? We said, liquid. I forgot to try something. And we did. And unfortunately, he lost his phone and we didn't find it. And he lost his phone in 2004, you know.
What?
And the tape mashed up my life, June 2008. So that person
4 years.
sat there with that memory card. Until I was just about to, my star was just about to rise and get my own office with my name on it at CVM, you know. And then here came this tape, June 8th, 2008.
So then that is 12 years. Then after the tape got released, 2008, I was still in high school. I can't remember. But after the tape got released, what happened?
My life went to shambles.
Yeah.
I was actually homeless for a little while because when I lost my job at CVM, the place where I was living, the landlord said, well, if CVM can say that they have lost confidence in you as a producer, and you know, not having no job, like...
Yeah, but him could have waited a bit. Him bright.
How am I going to get my rent a month time? So and he gave me a month and still after the month, I couldn't find a place and I had to send my son up to my grandmother. And then I stayed in the same complex, you know, but I just like slept in my car underneath the almond trees. And my car has a plug. So like I would plug in my fan and just sleep with the window open and my fan would just blow the air through. And like I was like that for like about 3 months. And like my neighbor, Sharon, big up yourself, Sharon Chin, and her daughter Stacy Fresh. I would go in their house in the mornings, cook breakfast, take a bath and stuff, but in the night, I would sleep in my car.
So you didn't have no friend where you can maybe...
I was literally homeless.
You don't have no friend where you can maybe stay with?
You know, I lost a lot of friends. A lot of people didn't want to be associated with the queen of the freaks, you know?
Queen of the freaks.
I lost a lot of friends, dog.
So... All right. In your mind, you say, yo, you're embarrassed, like you don't really want there in your family. So you slept in your car for 3 months. How did you move on from sleeping in your car to, you know, like getting back your life on track?
I have this uncle who works for Facey Commodity that got a job with Facey Commodity as a CFO. And he would be in Jamaica like 2 times for the month and he wanted to find a place. So I drove him around one day and found him a place in Manor Park and he was like, look, I'm only going to be in Jamaica like 3 times for the month. Why don't you and Yared live at the place in Manor Park until Yared goes to college? All you have to do is pay the light bill. So my uncle was the one who got me out of that situation. So I moved with my son to Manor Park and I was in Manor Park for like 9 years. And then my son got a scholarship to go to college. And then my uncle came to me and said, well, Yared is off to college.
Gotta go. Yeah.
And I was very appreciative of him, you know. And over those years, as a job, I worked at Fame FM.
You did?
Yes. And I was a manager of Famous Nightclub. Remember that nightclub that was
and I remember you being the manager.
In Portmore, yes.
Yeah, man, because I was there.
At Famous Nightclub for 3 years.
Okay.
So I lost my job in 2008. I didn't get back a real job. Big up to Gary Matalan, who owned Famous Nightclub until Famous opened in 2013 or 2012.
For 5 years, you were jobless.
I I was selling weed. I was like, I'm the first delivery service.
Really?
Yeah, I sold weed. I sold the highest grade in Kingston.
So for 5
Elephant
years.
Man to all studios, Junior Gang, I started selling weed 2009, I think, probably January or probably December of the 2008. I was driving to Negril twice a week. I would finish I would sell 2 pounds in like 2 days.
So then you took up that job because clearly nobody corporate never want to work with you.
No.
And then you sold weed and then you got different jobs, Fame FM, you know.
And this is the first time I'm even saying this.
See? Boy, I think
I have
exclusive.
I have to
yeah,
save
man, I really like that.
some exclusive information for your show.
I love that for you. So then all of that happened. But let's just backtrack just a little. When the tape got released, you and Mr. Liquid, were you guys still together?
No.
Oh,
And a lot of people think that we broke up because of the tape and No, we were broken up. He was doing his dirty deeds and we had broken up before that. So
Yeah.
I was going through a heartbreak as well as at the time when it first happened, I'm like, why is Liquid mashing up my life? You know what I mean? Why wasn't he more careful? You know, why did he have to lose his phone? Why is this happening to me? And for a while I resented him, you know, and I resented him too when like between the tape dropping and to this 2020, he has been on stage like 5 times.
Yeah.
I have never been on my own ex-boss's show for him to put me into perspective. Now you see, if Winford had not been afraid of the corporate and had brought me on stage and put me into perspective, my whole financial life would have been so much more different because his show is a show that puts people into perspective.
Facts.
You understand?
No, in fact.
Everybody was treating it as I was out at the Half a Tree bus stop selling it on a DVD.
Right.
No, I was a victim of this thing.
Right.
You understand? And nobody was looking at it that way.
And the fact that the gentleman that was a part of the tape, he still had his job, but he's still working there now. Nothing came out of it on his part. No. So just you.
Yeah.
So then basically blackballed from the industry.
Yes. And that was when Cartel was like, boy, you have to go come work with me in Amelia.
I mean, that's a segue in my question
And
there,
so do you
because I
know
was
what
about
he
to ask you that.
He said, you cannot go out and make this into what it's supposed to be. So me, I go sing about the freaky girl them. And then that's when,
Freaky girl.
oh my God, Jolene.
All right. So you were selling weed. You had all of them something there. Nobody that you've worked with wanted to do anything with you. Mr. Man still have his job. So all that happened. Then how did you and Cartel meet? How you and Cartel became best friends?
Okay.
How that go on?
How I met Cartel was through Bounty. Can you remember say
Bounty and Cartel.
I used to check Bounty at
Yeah.
one point in my life when I was a teenager.
Yes. Yeah, man.
So when Bounty introduced me to him at one of his birthday parties that he had at the top of Manor Center, I'll never forget it. It was a surprise birthday party. And that time Cartel was wearing jersey and working with Don Corleone. And we just kicked off. We're both Capricorns. And he just likes my realness. And I'm not a yes man. And I'm very honest and I'm loyal. And he just like my vibes.
Like your vibes.
Yeah.
So then you two just kind of kick it off.
Yeah, man. Kick it off
All right.
completely.
There's so much things in it. Come, I feel like say your life like comprises of so much. So you made mention of Bunty.
Yes.
You said on Spice's show that, and I think that was when the general public knew that you and Bunty were together and you were one of his side pieces. As
No,
you said.
not on Spice's show. It was on Sadiqa.
Oh, Sadiqa.
It was long before I did Spice
Okay,
show.
all right. So then you say you were one of his side pieces. How did that happen?
Segue. Do you know that the whole message of why I was on the Sadiqa show was to say to the younger girls coming up that I have done the side chick thing already.
Hey, now it again.
I didn't like it at the end of the day. So don't do it. But do it already. My experience.
But the public twist it and turn it in a film.
The headline in the Star, may I tell you, the Star can have some headline, you see?
I know that.
And then again, my family was embarrassed.
Again. So, okay. So Bunty was before or after Liquid? Before?
No, before, man.
Way before.
Yeah, man.
How did you meet Mr. Killer?
How did I meet Mr. Killer? I have never told this story before, you know. Oh my God, it brings tears to my eyes. Me and my sister I'd just come back from foreign, right? And I was driving around. I don't know, we was just driving around. I don't know why we was driving around in Half a Tree. And then she was like, see Bounty Killer there. Me now being foreign minded, go high school in foreign. And I went to high school here, but I left Holy Childhood and finished high school in America because I had gotten pregnant and whatever. But listen to me, I wasn't a dancehall. I'm not a dancer. I wasn't a dancehall person. So her saying to me, see Bounty Killer there was like, okay.
Yeah. I like, all right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, she said, pull up beside him. So he was driving a Land Cruiser, a white Land Cruiser, and we pull up and she was like, walk on Bounty. I think one of her friends is one of his baby mothers. And she was like, walk on Bounty, where are you going? And me and him, I make 4. And he was like, just follow me, man.
You follow him?
And we drove behind him, tried to keep up with him, and he was going over to Portmore to some skating ring them did have in Portmore. I was having a dance inside of the skating ring and I'm driving behind him and everything. And you know how him can go on already. And you know him from that day, and then he was asking me some questions and like, what am I about? And I was telling him that I'm a professional masseuse and I'm an esthetician and I know how to do these things. And he was telling me how Miss Ivy have arthritis and he want me to come over and rub out Miss Ivy hand because only Miss Ivy can cook for him. Yeah. And he wants her hands to be okay. And someone start go to Oaklands and deal with Miss Ivy arthritis. And it wasn't because he was Bounty. It wasn't because of money or anything. The vibe. Him just get under my skin. Him just get under my skin because he's very amusing. You know, a lot of people think he's unapproachable and stuff. But when you get to know him, he is hilarious, man. No, I'm crying.
Wow.
Bounty is hilarious. And he treated me with whole heap of respect. I don't know the hammer Bounty. I don't know the Bounty that... I don't know the hammer Bounty. I don't know the Bounty that, you know the rumors that you hear on the road and stuff. But like, he and I were together for a while.
You said on my radio show that you were one of his side pieces, but you were okay with it because he was transparent. So him did make you know.
I said I know that I was a glorified side chick. I think most of the women in Bounty's life are side chicks.
And them know.
I don't know if they know, but he has so many that there's no really.
So you knew and you were okay with it.
Yeah, and me and him would have discussions about like the bad and the good things about all of his girls and stuff. And he would tell me, who is the person who taught him, say, man must get pedicure and him told them must clean out. And he's very real. And I mean, he and I had a very nice relationship. Do you guys still have? And I was okay. I think I came 3 months after he met Angel.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. And do you guys still have a friendship or any relationship any at all? Or no?
We used to over the years, but 2019 summer at SPF, he showed me a different face.
Yeah.
And like I would call him a couple times in the past and I would just get, girl, this is not the Gaza, girl. This is the Plaza.
Oh, yeah, because, okay. All right, well, yeah.
So
I never did pre that,
him not really feeling me anymore. I don't think he hates me.
But him just not really.
But him just keep a stance with me. Just
okay.
All keep a stance. Love you, Bounty.
You and Liquid are still cool? No?
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course. Liquid and I are still cool. He didn't do anything malicious to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
when we were together, he cheated on me and stuff. And I understand that he was young at the time. His star was just rising. Him just moved from Montego Bay. Me boss him on Kingston. He can tell you, I boss him on Kingston. And I was the one who said to him in the first place when I met him, when he started working at Zip, listen, you're going to have a lot of female fans and you have to appear single to them for a little while. You understand? Because females don't really want to know, say, the crush that them like is so settled down. You know what I mean? And I mean, he broke my heart and stuff, but at the end of the day, we spoke about it and I understand that he was young and, girls were taking off them pum pum and putting it on them forehead and say,
yeah, Sita, come take it. Yeah.
Sit here.
Yeah. Okay, you made mention on...
You remember I told you on the radio show, me and all my ex, them are friends.
Yes, I'm going to tell you something, I could do it. But then you made mention also on the radio show, because we were talking about, what were we talking about? Cheating. And,
yes.
You taking somebody back after they have cheated. You told a story vaguely, come and tell me why you saved it for this, about the burning of the bed. You say you burn up somebody bed.
The burning bed.
Yeah. What happened with that? What was that story?
Oh boy. And someone never burned the bed or was mad at the girl because of her cheating on me with liquid. I was mad at the relationship that me and this girl had.
She was a friend.
I took her, I treated her, when she first came to work at the radio station, I took her under my wing as my little sister. And when I was I even convinced her parents to allow her to move into Kingston not with me, move into Kingston because she's now working at Zip and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, in the middle of the night, sometimes his phone always buzzing and ringing and whatever. So I'm not the one to really be too doing the phone thing. But this time my spirit just say, save the number, yeah. I'm going to save the number. Months I had the number, me save the number for months. I'm say, all right. One night now it call again. So I call and it rang to the voicemail. I said, I recognize this voice. Go to the voicemail. Hi, this is so-and-so. Leave a message. I said, okay.
So you never have our number saved on your phone before?
I had it as Dirty Girl in my phone. When I found it when I found the number in the phone, I saved it in my phone as Dirty Girl.
All right.
Anyway, upon investigation, I saw a text saying, what is your shift like? I'm off today, whatever. When can we link up? So I'm going to put 2 and 2 together. And I called her and I said, so and so, whatever. And I made her tell me everything that them do and where they did it. And I said, up at the place where me by the bed.
Yeah. Trouble. Yeah.
Calmly. He was at a play out in the country and I just calmly went over there and I just burned the bed. You're not going to sleep with somebody who is my friend.
When you say burn the bed, Milk, what do you mean?
Light it a fire.
You get throw curse in there.
Light it a fire.
You're afraid the whole place burn down.
Out in the driveway.
Why the driveway? Pull the bed down in the driveway.
Out of the little flat.
And you just burn it.
Pull out the bed and just burn it.
Because you say, you now go na girl pan the bed where you buy.
Nope.
Yeah.
I remember say I was upgrading
him, Yeah.
I upgraded him. I
Yeah.
upgraded him. And he can tell you I'm not talking anything like being malicious or nothing.
Yeah.
Hi, Liquid, love you. I upgraded him and I was very disrespected. He disrespected me a lot by cheating on me.
So you're him cool now.
Yeah.
All right. So then to fast track back now in the future. Fast track into the future. You left CVM. Well, they forced you out of your job. And then you were jobless.
Did the weed.
You did the weed thing.
Did the homeless thing.
You're homeless. And I never know this, but thank you for sharing your story, by the way. Really and truly. Then when jobs started rolling in back for you again?
When Gary Matalan called me and told me that he was going to open the biggest club in the Caribbean called Famous Nightclub.
The big bud.
And I said, I am the girl for you.
Yeah. And then you started working there.
Yes. And I managed that club. I did the scheduling of the weekly events. I did the promotion. I was in charge of the VIP girls. I had my own set of hostesses and just the whole experience. I was hands-on and one-on-one with every single customer that came inside of Famous.
So then you left Famous?
No, Famous closed down because Joe Bogdanovich wanted to buy into Sumfest. And Joe Bogdanovich was a silent partner of Famous Nightclub along with Gary Matalan. So and Gary wanted to expand Tracks and Records in London. Remember he opened 5 Tracks and Records in London, after that. So, and then I went back to CVM after that and Yes, I was producing the morning show in 2016. All
CVM
of
at
2016. CVM at Sunrise.
So how did that, like, how did they approach you? Like, when they approach you, like, did you say, yo, man, I want to work for Nina because I did fire Nina?
No, I was very interested because I wanted to change the face. I wanted to make the morning show like a Good Morning America, make it more fun. And I knew I was capable and had the creative to do so. But the person that runs CVM is not of the creative industry. She's a numbers woman and she doesn't understand the creative thing. And I don't think she's running CVM in the right way. And I'm not taking back no chat.
Yeah. For that chat.
Understand? So, and they were pressuring me to do things that pressure my creative. And I don't want to feel like my creative is stressed out.
Right.
And then they wanted to cut my pay, you know? And I couldn't bother. I just quit.
But then I
quit again.
You went to Fame. How did that?
I was at Fame before I went back to CVM. So I was at Fame. As soon as Fame was closed down, I was at Fame 2015 to 2016.
And
but
CVM 2016.
I couldn't work at Fame and work at CVM. So I had to choose because it's CVJ and CVM. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to leave my job at Fame.
So then you left CVM at 2016?
Yeah, I worked there for a year. I worked there for a year and a half. I left October 2017.
Okay, so that's 3 years ago. What happened from then, 2017 to now, professionally?
Professionally, I was working with a thing called Jamaica Live that's based out of California. And it also gets broadcast in South Africa.
Nice.
And I was supposed to, before COVID, produce a second season of Spice It Up for Magnum TV, that thing that Spice does. But COVID came, then she moved to Atlanta, bought a house.
Big up Spice, we still want it on the show. Grace, please and thank you. Yeah.
And then I run an Airbnb also. So I
make a little money around yourself.
I run an Airbnb.
Let me just say something. I didn't know about the homeless thing. Every guest that I, bring on the show, I try to do my research. But, clearly enough people don't interview you. And, so I didn't know about that. Let me just say firstly, and anybody who follow me, them know, say, I'm all about people, trying, and no matter where I go through, I'm always say, try your very best and don't think that this is the end of the road. What would you want to accomplish now? Because you've done TV, you've done radio. Now you're doing your thing as an entrepreneur, but would you want to go back into TV or radio?
Of course, I don't think I've left.
Right.
I don't think I've left. I must accomplish my podcast. And
me have a bit of first guest on that.
I must fat up my YouTube channel. I don't know why I didn't jump into the YouTube world from like 2009 because I would have like 4 million followers by now.
Facts.
But everything takes time and my life did really mash up away, them ways. And I was staying by myself for a couple years, just reflecting. And the reason CVM fired me was because I wasn't keeping out of the public eye.
So they wanted you to keep out of the public eye after the video?
Yes, after the tape dropped, they wrote me a letter saying that they never want me to go to the library, they never want me to go to movies, they never want me to go to supermarket.
So you must do just stay in your house?
And the tape dropped June. I'm going to say by July, I was at front row and center at Sumfest. Right this up in the camera, going like this for Mary J. Blige, and I guess they was watching me the whole Sumfest because I was front and center at Sumfest like a month after the tape, and I guess they wanted me to be cry, and I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't with nobody's husband.
It was with your man.
I wasn't taking fucking on my body. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing what man and woman do in their bedroom.
Right.
It's not my fault that oral sex is taboo in Jamaica. Do you understand? So I said, no, I'm not going to be ashamed of this thing. You understand me? And the person who made it more okay for me to in the dance with the dancehall crowd and stuff was Tony Matterhorn.
Oh, really?
I made it a point. I remember the chat paper, they come out as Stars competitor at that time. Every day I was in the chat, you know. The people at TVM were, the bigger heads, they was upset because they told me to stay out of but I went everywhere. And you see, every dance I went, that Tony Matterhorn was playing, he would stop the music and say, Queen Milk has arrived.
Yeah.
You see the girl them that don't do it, me love you, but you see the girl them where do it.
Yeah.
Me love you no more and more. And that was a joke for the dancehall crowd.
Right.
And it was okay. I mean, it's not my fans that give me the problem, you know, it's just corporate. Like, I
know that, and I can't.
I had to hustle and I had to do all kinds of jobs and I had to do all kinds of behind the scenes things to just survive because I was not going to let my son suffer. You understand? I wasn't going to make my son even feel it one day.
Wow. Do you have any friends in the industry? Any artists? Any other than Cartel? I know Cartel is your best friend.
Cartel, I'm done.
But you have no friend, you have nobody where you can say, well, you know, if I feel down, other people maybe call. That's advice, no? Like no woman, no nobody?
Yes. Shaggy and Robert Livingston. Yeah, because remember I said Shaggy as the week after the tape, you know, Shaggy said, you know, I'm not going to shun her. I'm going to make her the star of my video, Bad Man Don't Cry.
Yes.
And it was me in Bad Man Don't Cry.
I remember that.
And from that, Shaggy has mentored me. Like, he always check up on me. If he's doing shows in America, I would call him and say, yo, my son want to roll through, and he would leave VIP tickets for my son at the hotel and stuff. And he takes care of me. And Robert Livingston, who used to manage Shaggy, gives me sound advice every single week, every month. But
how do you feel now that in 2020, oral sex has become the norm? How do you feel about that now? Because the same thing.
It's about time. It's about damn time y'all got kept up with the time.
But remember the people them that are doing it, look on them now, every girl.
So done in me.
Yeah. I know it's everybody I do it now.
We say pink wall and blue wall, red wall, all kind of colored wall was done in me.
And look at everybody know you. So how you feel about that? Like you because here's the thing about Jamaica, Zimmy, and it's so unfortunate. I'm gonna step on one like nothing on carpet people foot. One of the most dirtiest people in this country. I want to say dirty, not being negative.
Yeah.
Dirty in terms of sexually on the free and on the liberated and on the doing the thing them. If it is, and even with this show, like some people point it and say, oh, that show you kill it and it's that and it's that. But we're speaking about taboo things within our culture, right? How is it that you're going to celebrate these things within your homes, but yet if somebody comes out of that tape doing something that, as they say, I never done the wrong you do, and I never did the prime minister, I never did nobody, is there personal man, everybody knows somebody did there. Even then, fine, I would understand, because in that climate, understandably, nobody never do these things. But no, like I feel like say them can lower you know, man. Like
them not free me up, but guess what happened? I'm going to take over TV again because I'm coming back with my nighttime show. Jamaican television has no nighttime programming.
On
the other side of midnight, it's going to be me. Okay, just watch out for that. It's going to be me on the other side of midnight.
But it's funny you said that, because when I started this whole podcast thing, a lot of interviews that I've been on and them that asked me what you think would be next for you. And I said, I would love to do nighttime. But Jamaican TV and the whole media culture is so behind.
I know.
And I can't understand, like, this is 2020. It's the same programs. It's the same generic questions. It's the same generic
Even
interviews.
the look of it still looks like it's back in the 70s.
You know, and so, but I know that you have a place. You're not going away. You're not curd on at all. You know what I'm saying? And anything that you're doing, and you know, if it is that you want me as a guest or support or whatever, you don't know some day. You know what I'm saying?
Darling.
Is there anything that you would love to say to your fans or to anyone that's listening, you know, about your journey? Listen, your story go from laughter to sad times and so much things. You know what I mean? So as it relates to your journey, what would you say to even women who are, you know, watching?
Always remember, fall down 10 times, get up back 11.
Amen. Amen. You're a living testimony for that.
Seriously, that's what's tattooed here.
You are. Look, give the people them a look spin up, please. Look, I'm telling you something. It's so I'm walking here, I'm see milk. No, my body nice, man.
Him can't angle it. Quarantine, give me a batty.
Just give them a look spin on the camera right there. So now, when the people them see, watch the and girl skin clean and nice. Yeah.
Monkey don't bite me on my batty jaw.
Yeah. Alright, people, so that was milk. You know, if you're young and you watch this and you don't know her, Google her. You know, she, as I say, for persons in my generation, my age group, we all know her. We've all seen her out, you know, society. And this is what my show is for. And when I started this show, I never want to lose the essence of it. And I hope that in the future, I still don't lose the essence, you know, because it is for people like you, people like me, people like, you know, everybody else that don't conform to what the Jamaican society try to make with. Come on, sitting here and talk about newspaper. I want to talk about these things, like these things happen in our everyday lives.
You understand?
You understand me? So I must say thank you.
I didn't have a car for a while and I was taking the bus. Nothing wrong with taking the bus, and I'm going to take the bus for about 3 years.
Really?
Or more. And like, people were saying, oh, milk is, things not good for milk. She'll take the bus, and I reach out to my fans. Those are my fans on those buses. When them see me on the bus, it's like a roller coaster ride.
You know what I like about you though? Your energy. You don't make nothing about you.
No, I don't.
And even if it does,
I don't care what people have to say.
You're still positive. Because enough people, if them go down in another little thing right now, they're not going to
look at the plethora of sex tape scandals and scandals that happen around that time. I'm the only one here left in Jamaica, me and Johnny, you know.
Everybody else cut.
Everybody else cut. Them can't manage it. Them spirit too weak to manage it. They're all gone.
I know you're bounced back and you're going to...
Listen, I didn't do anything wrong.
No, you didn't. That's what I understand.
I was a victim. Where were the women's group? Where was all these million women march people and all these things? None of those women gave me a phone call and said, how are you doing? Let us have a press conference about, you know, cyber awareness. And since you're the first celebrity to be affected by cyber crime, do you know that my situation was the reason why the fraud squad come out with the cyber squad? Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yo, my tape went viral in like 15 minutes. It was in Switzerland, you know. Camila McDonald was doing dance in Switzerland at the time. And she said, look, I got this thing in my email. And that was like 20 minutes from I got the first phone call that it was out on the street. And that went
nobody came to your rescue.
Via Bluetooth. It wasn't even Wi-Fi or nothing. It was Bluetooth. Them time
yeah, man, remember, man. And everybody did have it.
Do you understand?
Yeah, man, everybody had it.
I mean, I can't tell you the countless of schools that I've gone to talk to the girls about filming themselves and stuff. And people don't give me the credit. Not that me I look for the credit, you know. But like, I did something with it, people. You understand? Why you keep fighting me out of jobs? You have these 1 and 2 people who ideas start in a boardroom and you just have that one person to say, but isn't she kind of problematic, or isn't she dramatic, or what about the past situation? No, bitch. Yeah, why you keep bringing that up?
Yeah.
And they don't know that people come back to me and say, Milk, you just lost a job. You just lost a big US job. You just lost a big job because of this person.
Yeah. But that's the Jamaican culture, and that is the reason we speak about topics like these. And that's why, you know, we're trying to let the taboo things becomes the norm. Because what you do within your bedroom now have nothing to do with anything.
Jeez.
And your work should speak for itself. And it speak for me. I'm going to say enough people, because when I did it on a radio show, enough people was like, Jesus Christ, you know, thank you for bringing her on in a long time. We do want to hear from her. So people are still fans of your work and, you know, your talent. But I must say thank you very much, though. Thank you for coming. We're going to play the Never Ever Ever, by the way. But just tell the people them where them can follow you, where you have new...
Yeah, please follow me.
Yeah. Talk about the camera. So,
the Instagram people, they link me and say they want to give me a blue check, but the followers have to go up a little bit more. So try help me out. It's going to be right here on the bottom of the screen. The Milky One JA on IG. And on Twitter, it's DA, The Real Milk. Follow me.
What's your YouTube?
I have good content. Yeah, I have good content, you know.
What's your YouTube?
Milk TV.
Milk TV.
But I realize there's a lot of Milk TV
I forgot to change it.
I'm hard to find out, or maybe because I don't put up a content yet. But I wanted to do MILKTEEVEE.
That makes sense.
Or something different. I don't know yet.
So they can go follow her, people. Please, follow her, and she
and
have
then
a lot of
you'll
things
be
working
updated
on.
about my YouTube stuff. I have stuff filmed and put down already, but I don't actually
Post it yet.
Concentrate on monetizing my channel yet.
Anytime you're ready. So that was Milk, and thank you for sharing your journey. I will put things to share, so I never heard of the interview yet. So, but
you never hear it in other interviews, right?
No, man. So I thank you very much. So, I'm gonna play the never ever. And these things, but feel like say I got outside being another game because you're Milk. Understand? So, once again, people remember to subscribe to the channel and follow me on all socials. Yes. Remember my radio show every Tuesday night, 8 to 11 o'clock on New Start 93 FM. If you want more details, just follow me. I post it very, very often and all these things. Big up to the Bamcast, Martin, my producer, editor, everything in a one. Respect.
And remember, in a couple weeks.
Yeah, my year thing as that.
I will be taking over Boya Things.
Yes.
And calling it Bad Gal Things. And I'm going to have him as a guest.
That's going to be a problem.
So we can get to know about your favorite host.
Yeah.
Boya Things. Then I get all up in them little business. Because some Milk feature into everything, coffee, tea, people business.
Seriously, everybody, everything.
Everything.
Juice, everybody, everything. Yeah. All right. So once again, that's what Boya Things after podcast. Whoa, after dark, See my whole past. Too much things are going on one time.
It's going to be Bad Girl Things take over into Boya Things.
See it there? Right. So once again, that was Milk, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. And subscribe. You know what I'm saying?